Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of CMPAC Spotlight. We actually have a guest in the studio tonight who has done a special. He's a special guest, and he's done a special on this platform. So help me welcome Mr. Antione Herring.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, I introduced you as having a special on Access 21.
Yeah.
And that special is called My Life with a Broken Brain.
Yes.
That's a real catchy title, Antione. Kind of tell us about that. Give us a little backstory.
Well, because someone asked me like, okay, like what did you suffer during your I was in an accident
Okay.
like 12 years ago.
Okay.
And it was like, well, what injury have you suffered?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I broke my pelvis
Wow.
and I broke my jaw.
Wow.
And then I had surgery on my brain.
Okay.
I was like, okay, so you broke your brain too? I was like, nah, but then I was like, okay, well actually, yeah, I guess I did.
Right.
So I was like, okay, so then I Googled like broken brain.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was a special about, it was a woman who suffered a stroke,
Okay.
and the special was called My Beautiful Broken Brain.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, like it's like something that, that's like dire, that's like weary,
Yeah.
that you can just shine some light on it, you know what I mean? And
Right. Right.
just make it, beautiful, you know what I mean? And I was like, wow, okay. You know what? I'm gonna try to do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing, you know what I mean? So that's why I called my spirit, my life with a broken brain.
Very good. Well, I was laughing earlier because it's like, people don't think about a broken brain,
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
break your arm, you
yeah.
can have a broken heart,
Mm-hmm.
but your broken brain, it makes people really think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so you talked about having an accident.
Yeah.
Was it a car
Yeah,
accident?
constant.
Okay. 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, you were like, I'm not gonna let that keep me down.
Nah, I can't,
Yeah.
because I'm just so resilient, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like my life was not, like, I mean, I have like had to go through a lot of stuff in my life, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm not gonna just let it, that this right here, you know what I mean, just
Right.
knock me down. I'm just, get up and and do my thing, you know what I mean?
Right, right. Okay, so take us there, Antoine. You said you've been through a lot in your life. Obviously, you
Yeah,
said before this, and
yeah.
you were not gonna let this take you down. So, kind of give us a little backstory. What was going on with you?
Well, I was 7 years old, and my mom passed away.
Oh my
And
condolences
so I
to you.
went, so my grandmother, we went to New York
Mm-hmm.
with my grandmother.
Okay.
And I was, living in Brownsville, Brooklyn. You know what I mean? It was like not like a rough neighborhood, you know what
Rough
I mean?
neighborhood. Yeah, yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Right, right. I have family up
So
there
yeah,
myself.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So then, I was like, you know what I mean, just living there. And then I was like, you know what I mean? Then I was in middle school,
Okay.
and middle school principal was like, yo, need to you got some good grades. I mean, you need to go to Midwood High School. Like Midwood, I'm like, where's that at? I'm like, you need to go that, you need to go that, you need to go that, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I was like, okay, I apply, and I got it, and I got in.
Okay.
Like wow, I'm like, it was like a total like different, cause like it's like you just you go to school with people who you know what I mean, who father was like stockbrokers, you know what I mean? Like,
Really?
something like that.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So like, they like, real take education real serious, you know what
I
I
see.
mean?
I see. So it's
I'm
kind
like,
of like an Ivy League of a high
yeah, yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
something like that, yeah.
Okay.
So I went there, I went through that, and I graduated. I think I graduated like with like a 3.0 or something like that.
Wow, nice.
I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, I'm like,
yeah.
that's what's up right
Yeah, it
there.
is. That's what's up.
So then I went to college,
Okay.
majoring in journalism.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, and then
The
I
right
graduated
industry.
with a BA in journalism
Okay.
in 2003
Okay.
at U Brooklyn.
Nice.
And then I started, pursuing I love sports. I love sports, you know what I
Wow.
mean?
Okay. Okay.
So I pursued my goal as a sport writer.
I see.
So I was hired by Newark Star Leisure
By who?
the Newark Star Leisure
Okay. Okay.
as a sports writer.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool, you know what I mean? I'm good, I'm good. And then also, but
Right.
then it was like, it was like, as a journalist starting out, you don't make that much money.
Right. Tell me about it.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
Yes.
man, it's like I'm doing my, no, I'm doing those things, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's like, but I can't really, live off of, you know what I
Off the
mean, off
salary
that
that
salary.
was,
So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I came to Charlotte,
Okay.
and then I got hired as first I got hired as a customer service agent at Allstate.
Okay. Okay.
And then I got promoted as a claims adjuster.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Claim
so
adjusters out there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I did that, and then also that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. That's when the accident
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
Wow. So you were on this journey, and I majored in journalism as well,
yeah.
and so I do understand that that scenario and having to get started, and then you come to a new city,
Mm-hmm.
you do something different, and
Yeah,
then bam, now
yeah.
this. So take me through and the viewers through like the transition that you had to make after the accident, then the surgeries, and what was going on with life.
Well, cause it was like, you know what I mean, I was preparing to get married,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and
Okay.
me and my fiance, we was like, making plans to get
Mm-hmm.
married, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You know what I mean? Then it's like that hasn't happened. Like, and it was like, cause first it was like we was going to church that Sunday morning.
Okay.
We went to church. We got out of church.
Mm-hmm.
We went to dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went to bed, and all of a sudden it's like I woke up and it's like what's going on? Like I'm like why are these like tools on my throat? You know what I mean? Like what's going
Mm.
on? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like where you had was like, you know what I mean? I really cut cause my jaw was broken. You know what I mean? So I like,
Right.
I couldn't really talk about it. You know, I couldn't
Right.
really talk. So it was like, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, well, I mean, I thought it was a dream. You know what I mean?
It sounds like it because if you're saying that you went to church with
Mm-hmm.
your fiance and then you went to dinner and then
Yeah.
you just went home as
Mm-hmm.
normal
Mm-hmm.
and then you woke up and you had tubes in you. So
Yeah.
were you dreaming that you had gone to church or
Well,
what
yeah. I
happened? You just didn't
mean,
remember what
not
happened?
because it was like, cause we were staying in Columbia, South Carolina,
Okay.
and I guess I went to visit my family in Wilmington, North Carolina. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That area. You know what I mean?
Right. Near the
And
beach.
yeah, and then I guess that's what happened. Cause
Okay.
the only thing I remember was going to church with my
I see.
fiance,
I
and
see.
then waking up in the hospital.
Wow. My goodness.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, what happened? Was like using serious accent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was like, I couldn't really talk. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Right.
cause my grandma was there. She was like, I was like, no, cause the hospital had me like, if I wanted to say something, could like
Write it
text
down.
it,
Okay, text.
like type it out.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so where's Pam? Pam, my fiance, right?
Yeah.
And then she wouldn't say nothing.
Oh,
And then her father came to visit me. I said, where's Pam? And she showed me the obituary.
that she didn't make
Yeah,
it.
she didn't make it.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Antoine.
yeah.
But you had the time with her that you
Yeah,
did,
yeah, yeah.
and carrying on her memory, and
Mm-hmm.
then seeing you come back and be resilient like you
Yeah,
said you
yeah,
were.
yeah, yeah.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And so, what have you been doing since the accident and since making that transition to
Mm-hmm.
your new life?
Well, actually, I just been, just trying to, what I mean, just be positive, you know what I mean? Just
Right.
be positive, you know what I mean? Cause like, cause I mean, like people would say that, it was like, yeah, you been through a lot, you been through a lot, you know what I mean? It's like you just should, just like, just start, you know what I mean?
Give it
Just
up.
give
They
it up,
say
yeah, give
give
it up, you
things,
know what I
give up
mean?
life. Yeah.
But I
But
mean,
you
it's
say
like,
no.
nah, that's not
Right.
me.
Right.
That's not me. You know what I mean?
Right. You have so much to give. You're
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah.
here
Yeah,
to
exactly,
give.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do my best to give all I got. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I hear you. You know, when I watched your special,
Hmm.
I see this a series of like music
Yeah,
videos.
yeah, yeah.
And for you to have gone through what you've gone through, yet you are playing basketball,
Hmm.
you are going through Charlotte. I see the different scenes here in Charlotte, and
Hmm.
you just spitting your
Yeah,
rhymes.
yeah, yeah.
How did you get into that? Was it a little bit before you came to Charlotte, or is that something
Well,
you just kind of evolved into?
well, I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, so
Hey,
it's like,
okay, you got something to say.
you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, and then I follow, like MCs like Nas and Tupac
Mm-hmm.
and Biggie.
Biggie. Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I wanna like, rhyme like them, and I wanna rhyme like them, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So like when I was in high school, I took a creative writing class,
Mm-hmm.
and I just, I just wrote my poetry, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's hot, that's hot, that's hot, that's hot, that's hot. I'm like, cool, that's cool, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know
Wow.
what? I was like, okay, I'm gonna do. So I just every time had some free time, I would
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just write rhymes,
Mm-hmm.
write poetry, and I just have, I love like I have like a whole like a bag full of books.
Wow. You got a lot of producing to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
so then I was like, okay, well I can write rhymes. Okay, I wanna like learn how to produce music. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So it was like before my accident, down I got Fruity Loops.
Fruit
That's
Loops.
like a beat making program.
Okay. Okay. I
So
don't think I've heard of that one. I've heard of
yeah,
Garage
yeah,
Band
yeah,
and some of
yeah.
the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So
So
what
I
did you do with
just
Fruit
started,
Loops?
making beats, you know what I mean? And I
Okay.
was like, you know what? All right, cool, you know what I mean? So I had like a couple of beats
Mm-hmm.
that I had done. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just, just start, learning how to produce music, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So so my cousin, he was into music too.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to his house one time and we did a song together.
Okay. And this is back in New York?
Yeah, it was I think it was here. It was in North Carolina.
Okay.
After I moved
After you move
here.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So he was like, yeah, just take. Cause I think it was like I'm not sure what program it was, but it was like you just get a beat,
Uh-huh.
and then you just put the beat, and then you just record your audio,
Start spitting it out,
and just
right?
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I was like,
That's,
okay, cool. So I was like into that.
yeah.
So then when after my accident.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I had like plenty of free time, you know what I mean?
Right,
So I was like,
right,
you know what? I'm just gonna start learning how to produce music, you know what I
right,
mean?
right. I'm sitting here thinking about how that may have helped you
Mm-hmm.
maybe recover and maybe,
Yeah.
have your cognitive skills,
Mm-hmm.
intact
Yeah.
with what you are doing with the beats and then thinking about what you want to say and how all that lines up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
it has
yeah.
helped you heal?
Cause I think it's like that's like been one of my major like source of just letting all the pain out, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
just write
Mm-hmm.
my rhymes and I
Mm-hmm.
just spit it, you know what I mean? Just, you know
Right.
what I mean? Just do that, you know what I mean? Just,
Exactly. Just do that. And
yeah,
you just never know how much that helps
yeah,
someone
yeah,
else
yeah,
who
yeah.
may be experiencing what
Mm-hmm,
you have experienced or
mm-hmm,
something similar,
yeah,
or help someone who can, reach out or is caring for
yeah,
someone
yeah,
who has had a physical injury,
mm-hmm,
especially if it's a brain injury where,
yeah,
all of our thoughts and all the different things that we go to our brain for can help. You're
yeah,
helping.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so you got your music going. How'd you come into television?
Well, I started working with TV when I was in college,
Okay.
and I worked for a couple of award-winning TV shows
Really?
in New York.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what I mean? So I was like, cause really, I went to New York City Transit office cause they had like the internship.
Okay.
I was like,
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna see what's that about, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I went there and it was like, yeah, there's a media department in New York City Transit. I was
Okay.
like, okay, all right, cool. Well, I'm gonna apply for that, you know what I mean? I'm gonna
Yeah.
apply there.
Yeah.
And then I went to the interview and my supervisor at the time was like, 'cause it was like a month, maybe like 2 months after 9/11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was like listening to he was like listening to audio of him
Hmm.
actually actually being taped while it was happening, you know what I mean?
Right, right. Live
Yeah, I was
and
like, is that you? Like, yeah, that's me. He was
wow.
like, yeah, and then it was like he saw the buildings and everything fall down, and he was on TV while it happened, you know what I mean?
Right. Wow.
And I
My
was like,
goodness.
man, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
that's some traumatic stuff
It
right
is
there.
traumatic. You're standing right there trying to
You know
do
what I'm
your
saying?
job
Yeah.
and you see this.
Because you can see that during one of my shows. I think episode 3.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
see that.
Wow. I haven't seen that one. I'd
Yeah,
like to be able to see
yeah,
that.
yeah. You'll see.
You know what? I'm thinking of there was somebody's album. It was a literal album, and it was the Twin Towers. This was almost like it was a prophetic thing
Mhm,
on somebody's album. I can't remember who it was, but of course, years before the Twin Towers fell,
mhm.
it was like that was happening on the cover of somebody's album.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
And I'm thinking of that because of the fact that you're sharing with me about the
Mhm.
shock value of
Yeah.
someone who is actually, you know, in the city
Mhm,
doing their job
mhm,
outside and bam, this happens.
mhm,
And then the shock value of seeing that this was on somebody's album cover, who knows what that thought process was about.
mhm,
But you have experienced some real
mhm,
traumatic things in terms of and major events
mhm,
in terms of just being in the moment and
mhm.
being connected with some people
Yeah.
who so what was going on with you 9/11 in terms of like where you were at that time and you remember what's going on.
Well, it's 'cause I was going to school at LU Brooklyn,
Okay.
and I was taking the train,
Mhm.
and it's like me, I'm just like so like into, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, scenery, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So it's like every time, like, cause like when the train would because it was an outside train. It was
Okay.
like, it was like, every time the train would, like go to, go to like another station, I can see like Twin Towers.
Oh,
So I was like, like
wow.
every time every time I was like, I couldn't wait to see the Twin Towers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause I like, I like, cause like that's my, that was them my twins, you know what I mean? So, I
Right,
mean,
right.
so then I was like, okay, all right, so then it was like 9/11, so 9/11 was okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, going to train,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, and then, cause it was like, I had to, I could like see the Twin Towers, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden I was like, okay. So then 9/11 happened. It was like, okay. I'm like, okay, well, why are the Twin Towers on fire?
Oh, wow. And you were on the train
I
when
was on
this
the
was
train. I was like,
happening.
okay, why are the Twin Towers on fire? Why are the Twin Towers on fire?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I thought, I mean, pretty much I thought, okay, some like, maybe like, a fire happened
Right,
inside the building, you know what I mean?
right, right.
And so I was like, no, okay, cool, I'm just going to school, you know what I mean? So I went to
Mm-hmm.
school and all of a sudden it was like, yo, there's a terror attack on the Twin Towers.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like what? Like, and then
It's
then
amazing.
it was like crazy because like my girlfriend at the time,
Mm-hmm.
she went to Pace University,
Okay.
which was like right by the Twin Towers. Like, yo, yeah. So
Wow.
I'm like, yo, I'm like trying to see what's going on with her.
See, yeah, yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, she was good. Everything was good. You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, there's a lot of different traumatic things that have
yeah,
happened in
mm-hmm,
our lives,
yeah,
even if it wasn't directly related to us,
mm-hmm,
it still affected us.
yeah,
And absolutely, you're just concerned about somebody who may be physically close to what's happening,
mm-hmm,
something like that happening.
yeah.
So, how about your family? How is your family doing in New York right now? And when they found out what happened with you, what was the,
Well, my grandmother was like, yo. I'm coming to get my baby, you know what I mean?
oh,
You know what I mean? She was like, yo, like I'm gonna be there for him, you know what I mean? It was like, and
mm-hmm,
she just been there for me through thick and thin, you know what I
thick and
mean?
thin? She's here now in Charlotte?
She's in Sumter right now.
Oh, okay. Not too
Yeah,
far.
not too far.
Closer than
Yeah,
Brooklyn,
yeah.
right?
Because like when it happened, I was like, you know what I mean, just like, cause I was just like, just shocked
Yeah,
myself, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And then, you know what I
yeah.
mean, looking at, and then she was there, you know what I mean? She was like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here.
Right, right. That's,
So that right there was like, you know what I mean? It was like
yeah.
a good sign right there, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's always nice to have some family
Yeah.
here with you
Mm-hmm.
and have somebody, especially someone who has cared for you
Yeah.
and made sure that you were safe. And then something like this that happens because there's accidents that happen, and then there are people who make choices, bad choices
Yeah.
that affect everybody else's life traumatically,
Mm-hmm.
and all these different things that can come about. It's always nice to have a support system.
Yeah.
So I'm glad she's here. She's probably
Yeah, I'm
watching this
glad too.
now. Yes. So what are your endeavors right now? What do you look to do
Well,
now, Antoine?
I want to like I hope I want to do some music production and video production.
Okay. Yeah, like you.
So those are my two like main goals right there.
All right.
Because originally I was like, I was like, I didn't want to like be in front of the camera, you know what I mean? Didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to just be behind the scenes, you know what I
Right.
mean? But no, but with COVID happened, I was like, you know what, I just gotta, do my thing, you know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely do your thing.
Yeah.
So has that, do you still like go to therapy in terms of just really trying to keep your brain active? Or what is life like when it comes to like that process?
Well, because the music helps a lot.
Yeah,
And then also I work with CMS
really?
in that school,
Okay.
so I get to be around,
Around the kids, the
Please,
Charlotte
yeah,
Mecklenburg,
yeah, yeah,
Mecklenburg
yeah,
school system
yeah,
kids.
yeah, and yo, those kids are lovely. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I like
they
the kids.
keep
Yeah.
you going on your
Mm,
toes.
yep.
Yeah, I know. So what are some of the things that you may have done with the kids that, kind of relate to your music,
Well, I'm
your
trying
projects?
to, cause I went to class for music production, for audio production,
Okay.
and I'm open to like transfer that, and then so I can teach the kids how can you make a song,
Mm-hmm.
but this how you do it. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
can just show them, you know what I mean, how to do it. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
hopefully that's something coming up soon.
that sounds good. And do you also talk to young people about the traumatic brain injuries that they may encounter in terms of, like, maybe caring for someone,
Mm,
or just having them better understand how life can definitely go on
mm-hmm.
after something so tragic? Do you
Yeah.
talk to them a lot about that?
But no, not really.
Okay.
Because I don't know how it works, with kids, because kids,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, and then I just like, so I teach like little kids, like elementary
Oh,
school
okay.
kids,
So
you know
they're
what I
kind of a
mean?
little
So
young to
so they
think
they
about that.
wouldn't even know how, what I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
that work, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, they noticed because one of my kids was like, "Hey, Mr. Twan, why can you use your right hand?" I was in Aspen. Okay, it's like in Aspen, yeah, well, you know what I mean? It was like, okay, well, you know what I mean? It was like, well, all right, well, yeah, well, what happened? I couldn't really, tell him that I was in Aspen, you know what I mean? 'Cause I really couldn't tell him, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I was
Right.
serious, because like, they don't. I mean, they don't really understand. You know what I mean? So it
Mm-hmm.
was like I
Mm-hmm.
just asked, okay, all right, cool. Well, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. It was like throwing the ball, and throwing the ball. You
Right.
know what I mean? Throw me the
Exactly.
ball. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you just take it as it
yeah,
comes,
yeah,
and you're continuing to live your life
yeah,
and continuing to move in the ways that you're doing, like
mm-hmm,
the music videos.
yeah,
What I saw you doing on your special, the sports, and then knowing that you love sports,
yeah,
you just kind of integrate all of that with the kids, and it just flows.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like it. Like it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And I look forward to seeing some more things from you. And,
Okay,
everybody who's watching right now will absolutely, be looking forward to seeing some things.
okay.
So get on it.
I will. I
Okay.
will.
Well, thank you so
Well,
much. Our
thank
time is
you.
up for this show, but I
All
really
right.
appreciate you coming.
Okay.
Appreciate you talking about your story.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's going to really help someone.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you guys also for joining us. And as we mentioned earlier, you can catch Antoine's special online right here on our platform at tvaccess21.com and put in the search engine, My Life with a Broken Brain. You'll be seeing a treat. So thank you, and we'll look forward to seeing you the next time on CMPAC Spotlight.